Well, hi, welcome back. I know we are only, maybe about mid-January when this video publishes, but I am sharing with you my recent empties. I used to do empties more like at the end of the month or the beginning of the following month. And the same with recent purchases, but they can get awfully long, and I'm a detail person. I like to explain things in great detail. It is something about my nature. No judgment on it. I mean, that's a great quality considering not everyone operates that way. So we need those that, share less, and we need those that share more. And I am the one that I like details, and I want to share those with you. It kind of eliminates having a lot of questions where people want more information. So hopefully you can appreciate it. But it's nicer for me to do these videos maybe more randomly, just because they can get really long. So I'm just going to share some recent empties with you. As always, a lot of things are on a repeat, but I explain if they're not or if there's something new. And links to everything, as always, will be in the description box below. And also don't forget that top link, which is the corresponding blog post, which is always your best place to shop from. I will make sure I get out this month, while we're here in January, a video with recent purchases. I wouldn't expect a lot because these would be purchases that I made probably after Christmas. And, there's just not a lot of shopping going on. You're kind of over it. You're kind of over it. And really, it's usually just replacement, like vitamins, supplements, unless I am in need of something. I will also share that if you like my makeup look, I have a video where I was wearing the same makeup as today, maybe a little more dramatic, but basically everything that I'm wearing in that video is what I'm wearing today. So if you like the lip, if you like the eyes, if you like the cheeks, whatever, I will have a link to that video. And everything will be listed there with colors and links to shop. So if you like it, great. If not, but I just want to share that before someone asks, because I know so many women are in favor of this more nude lip. And I have been wearing it more, but it is not my favorite. I feel like it's too warm toned for me. But when I do this sparkly eye that I've been doing a lot lately, because I just love this product so much. It is a liquid, but I love it. I do more of a nude lip. And I'm actually filming this video on New Year's Eve. So the intro and exit and a couple snippets I filmed on New Year's Eve. So just kind of glammed up the eyes. I'm not sure that I'm wearing what I have on yet. I haven't really decided, but we'll figure that out when I'm done filming, because party on the top, loungewear on the bottom. So all right, let's dive into recent empties. And again, links to everything will be in the description box below, including the video for if you like this makeup look. Let's dive in. I emptied an EOS Shea Better, yes, Shea Better, cashmere body oil in vanilla cashmere. So in an empties video, I don't know how long ago, or maybe a purchases, maybe it was a purchases video, I talked about this body oil, which is a splurgy item. And I asked you guys, yes, my wonderful, lovely ladies, viewers, if you had any recommendations for a body oil, because I've kind of converted over to a body oil and I really love it. I find it to be more moisturizing than a body lotion. I do still love my L'Occitane, but I think I'm out of my milk concentrate. I may have a little bit of a jar in there, but I've converted over to body oil. And the EOS cashmere body oil in vanilla cashmere, I don't know if it comes in another scent. This was recommended maybe by Haley. Maybe Haley recommended this, my business manager. I don't know, but many of you did share a recommendation, and I plan to try them, try several of the recommendations, and let you know my thoughts on all of them. So I'm actually keeping this empty so that when I do that video, there will be some empties, which just proves that I used it up. So what I will say is this is a great product if you're looking for a drugstore body oil, because I do love this one. I love it, and I can't say this works better than the EOS, but I do like the fragrance of this one. I like the smell of this one better. I will have both linked. And you can tell this is a bigger bottle, but I put it to use, and I love it. I definitely love it. I love the packaging, everything about it. So I do like the packaging with the pump versus having to squeeze it out. But I would recommend this. So we will see what happens maybe a year from now when I test out a whole slew of body oils. So definitely recommend the EOS, but definitely love this one as well. Both will be linked. I used up an Obagi New Sil Eyelash Enhancing Serum. This was actually sent to me in a little kit from Obagi, and this was a great product. I've used a few different eyelash enhancing serums. I still believe Latisse, I believe is what it's called, was the best, and that is the one that you cannot typically find over the counter. You would have to pick it up at like your medical skin spa, which is where I get mine. And the nice thing is I can use some of my points from getting like Botox and stuff. So often, I think I've even had a time when I didn't even have to purchase the Latisse. I like the wand type applicator more of something like this versus the Latisse, which comes like in a tube, but I feel like I could just squeeze it in here. But this was great. I mean, I would say this is just as good. I'm sure there's other ones out there. I think I have another one right now that I'm using that was sent to me as well. So it's just hard to know. I think they all work, but I feel like the most growth I've ever gotten with my lashes was when I was using the Latisse. Used up my toning shampoo. This is a purple toning shampoo. I don't know if the brand is Barcelona or Pulp Riot, because it says Barcelona here and it says Pulp Riot here. But it is a toning shampoo. It is purple in color, as you can see. This was recommended to me by my hairstylist, Kim, when we started to go lighter with my hair. And so I use it every shampoo. I typically wash my hair every 6 to 8 days. And so I always use this. I've found, so I don't have a backup one. What I did is I tipped this upside down for several hours and let everything drain out into a small container. So I probably have a couple more uses. And I'm actually I'm 1 week away from my next hair appointment. So, and when I go in, so I will only wash my hair one more time before next week's appointment, and I won't put the toning shampoo on for that. So I have a couple more rounds, and I need to ask Kim what she recommends in place of this product, because last time I looked, I had a hard time finding it. And I believe I was just looking for a link to it to put in some video that I shared, and I just had a difficult time. So I'll take a look. It'll be linked if I can find it. But what I will do is I will link, I'll have to make a note of this, so I'm going to stop this pretty soon for myself to make this note. But when I go to my hair appointment next week, I will ask Kim what she recommends in place of this if I can't find it, and I will have a link to that product in the description box below. So that's what I will do for you. I need to make a note of that so I do not forget. Okay, that was talked about. I used up a Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil. I love this pencil so much that here's the empty one. Here's another one and another one. So I have two I always make sure I'm stocked on these because it's retractable, and you would never want, and this has happened to me, where you get one brow done, maybe you're on vacation, or you just don't have a backup. This is a product you always want to have a backup of. I know there's a drugstore brow pencil that a lot of people love that's really defining and fine like this one. So I may give that one a try. I feel like I have it noted somewhere. But yes, love this. And I use the color Soft Brown. That is my shade. But yep, Anastasia Brow Wiz. Love it. And I still use my brow powder too. Now today I didn't. Today I have a very natural brow, but usually I'm still using a little bit of my powder here, and this is in dark brown. When this is out, which it just lasts forever, I don't know if I'll still go with dark brown. There's 2 shades in it, but because my hair is lighter now, I'll have to take a look at that. And then I love the Anastasia dual-ended brush that I have here. The spoolie on one side, and this is just the perfect angled brush. So all of these will be linked if you're looking for some new brow products. Believe it or not, I am actually filming this portion of today's video on New Year's Eve. So I don't know exactly when this video will publish, but I'm filming it on New Year's Eve. So I share my daily word devotional that I share all the time on Instagram stories. This is a publication that I'm probably maybe going into my 4th year. I want to say 3rd or 4th year reading this. And the last time I renewed my subscription, I renewed it through, I believe, the December of 2026. So the end of this year, but it was like a 2-year renewal. So definitely love this. You can do the online version, but I prefer having the physical version of this. I read it every single morning without fail, whether I'm on vacation, whatever, even if I have to read a couple of days ahead, I never miss a day. So, and then it always covers 2 months. So this was November and December. And then I already have my January, February, which was sitting on my treadmill waiting for tomorrow because I will be working out on January 1st. It's not a scheduled rest day, so I will start this tomorrow, but it's been a lovely publication. The other thing is all throughout the year, this unity.org offers extra devotionals that you can read. So I finished this one. This was their Advent devotional for 2025. There's actually a couple more left in here because we're still in the season of Advent. It doesn't end until, what is the actual day? The Epiphany, Tuesday, January 6th, which by the time this video publishes, we will be there. But I do take part in almost all of these throughout the year, but for 2026, I will not be taking part. So they'll mail you a little slip. And it's a free love donation if you want it. You don't have to donate anything. You can if you want. Otherwise, it's complimentary. And again, all throughout the year. So basically what I'm getting at is they've kind of set it up where you literally could be reading a second devotional year-round. That's how often as soon as one ends, a new one starts. But for 2026, I have stepped back and I'm not going to participate in these. I am going to continue with my daily word. And then the other one that I share all the time on Instagram stories, which is God Speak. That's a downloadable, and that one is free. So I will have a link to both the daily word and the God Speak. But I have stepped back from some things in 2026 as depending on when the video goes out, I talk about in a recent video. If that video published, I'll have that video linked in the description box below talking about how I have ungoals, meaning instead of making more or adding more, I'm subtracting this year, which is interesting because that is not something most people do. Okay, well there is that. Emptied a Beverly International UMP Ultimate Muscle Protein. That's what UMP stands for. In Cookies and Cream, I share one of these every month because I use one up every single month. I used up a Donna Karan Cashmere Mist deodorant. I have been using this for years. I will continue to use it as long as it's being made. Hopefully the rest of my life. And I always have several of these open and in the can. I keep these in different areas. I'm in my filming room. I have a closet, a walk-in closet. I keep one in there. That's the one I emptied. I keep one upstairs in my workout caddy. And if you haven't watched my video on what I store in my workout caddy and how I get ready and what all I do before my 4 a.m. workout, I will have that video linked, and then I keep one in my bathroom. So there's really usually 3 that are open. Emptied an N-acetyl-L-cysteine supplement, and also emptied a glutathione supplement, which I sometimes make notes on my bottles so that when I refill my little dividers, I know where they're going and what other supplement to pair them with. Emptied a Dickinson's Pore Perfecting Toner. I used to use this toner years ago, and then I revisited it after Chloe gave me a bottle. I guess maybe she quit using it. I only use this in the morning on makeup wearing days typically, or if I am doing my skincare, my PM skincare on the road. So I don't always use this, but it is a great toner. Toners are something that, you know, you can do without, but if you like to use a toner, I definitely recommend this one. Okay, we have some hair products today that are empty. We have the Color Wow Style on Steroids Performance Enhancing Texture and Finishing Spray. And would I repurchase this? Well, here's a full one. So evidently I would. Okay, we have that. We also have a Tresemme Tray 2 Extra Hold Hairspray. Love this size, the 7.8. I don't like to go any bigger. I just like the diameter of this. Would I repurchase? Have another one, always on repeat. I'm gonna grab this because I'll be showing you that. And then also used up a Sebastian Shaper Plus Extra Hold Hairspray. Full one right here. So that will share a lot with you. Okay, I emptied or used up a Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in medium 2. And what do we have here? Love this product. So glad I revisited this. Brand new one. Empty, brand new. Emptied a B12 sublingual supplement, and I already have another one that arrived. And in here, cut open, is my prescription retinoid or retinol, the one that's prescription, and it is Tazoetene Cream. I am on 0.1%. I feel like that is the biggest bazooka when it comes to anti-aging skincare products, but it is by prescription only. I think all women would benefit from being on it as early as possible, meaning as young as you can get on it, and you can actually just get it from your family physician. They'd be happy to write that prescription for you. I'm sure you would probably start out on a lower dosage. I get all my girls on it, and yeah, it's just a great product. I feel like in this video, I emptied another Tresemme Extra Hold Hairspray, but here is another one. This is the 4.2 ounce, and this is my preference for travel. So this video, I believe, will publish before I travel. So I did pick up another one of these. You'll see it in my purchases video later this month, but I like the 4.2. I always check a bag. So let me share that. That's why the 4.2 ounce works for me, but I love the smaller size like this for traveling. I used up a Timeless Squalene Oil I love to use squalene oil in my skincare routine. I also have another one of these because I had two and I am using that one up. Emptied a Transparent Labs BCAA glutamine in the flavor sour green apple, which they're all great, but this is the one I just seem to continue to purchase. I am on an auto ship, so I don't go in and update the flavor. I'm just used to the sour green apple, but if you like other flavors, check them out. I am on an auto ship where I get 2 tubs per month. Pretty much every month, however, I adjust that date because 2 months is typically too long, but 1 month is too close together. So I stay on top of my subscriptions. That's in my Google Tasks once a week, just reminding me if I need to update. But I do get 2 of these, and I take this post training in the morning, and then typically I will take another dose with 10 ounces of cold water shaken up in my blender cup in the afternoon. So 2 times per day, and I keep 4 blender bottle cups with 10 ounces of water in it in the drawer of my refrigerator at all times. So for example, on a normal day, now today is a rest day, so I did have one this morning. I probably won't have one this afternoon, but most days I will have 2. And what I do is, because I just wash my dishes daily, once I wash and dry those blender cups, I just fill them up to 10 ounces, put them back on the door. So as we speak, I have 4 in the refrigerator. Emptied a vitamin D3, another one has already been purchased. Also finished up, no, I have a couple of more of these. I made a note, don't throw away because I have to finish. There's just a few in here. But this is my 5-MTHF plus methyl B12 supplement that I take for the MTH gene mutation that I have. And then I also repurchased a Neural Mag Magnesium L-threonate. I used up a Catrice plumping lip liner. This is a drugstore lip liner. I love it for filling in the lip. I don't use this lip liner to outline the lip, but I do use it to fill in the lip. I used it today, and again, very affordable. It is in shade, I think it's called Cheers to Life, but it's number 60, and I will have it linked below. And I already picked up another one. That's why I'm wearing it today, because I have a new one. And then I also used up a Summer Friday, as you know, cut open, a little mini Summer Friday lip balm, or whatever they call them. I can't read it, but this was actually part of a holiday set, and I just used it up and cut it open, and I'll share with you. These types of tubes, I really recommend cutting them open. I got weeks out of this. I just kept it in a little container with a lid so that it didn't dry out. I don't know that it would, but it just kept it preserved in here. And then I keep my little Laneige sticks that come with a little lip sleeping mask, I think it's called. They come with a little wand to scoop it out with. I just used one of those that I have kept from an old pot so that I could dip into the Summer Friday. Well, there you go. You already know where to get to links because I mentioned that at the beginning of the video. If you have any questions or anything that you want to share, I read those comments. It is a great place to connect with me. I can't stress enough that one of the best places, if you want to guarantee that I see it in a timely manner, it's the YouTube comment section. I'm on top of it. I usually check those a few times per day. So any videos that I did recently that I feel you could benefit from, especially because we are in the beginning of the year, you know, quarter 1 3-week intense is currently in session. I'll have some videos that I just think maybe are worthy of watching, or maybe worthy of watching again. So, all right, well, have a great week, great month. I'll be back on. You know, I'm two videos per week pretty much, but yeah, just wanted to share these with you. All right, have a good one.